WD 40-something-ish here. I'm just back from Rhode Island where I was boondocking with my kids for 3 days at a beautiful spot called the Charleston Breachway. I decided, hey, let's go for an ocean swim. So of course I turned on the hot water heater in preparation for our return so that we could take nice hot showers. But when I got back from the ocean swim, I noticed that my hot water heater here was just gushing water out the side. Now, as I mentioned, we were boondocking, so I had filled up my freshwater tank before the trip, and by the time I got back, turned off the water pump, turned off the hot water heater, half my freshwater tank had leaked out onto the ground, which put us in a bad position for the rest of our trip. Now, this isn't the first time that this has happened, so it's time that I address this. The culprit is this relief valve right here. I've tried all manner of rehabilitating it with a rubber mallet, screwdriver, you know, flushing it, etc. But this last incident at the Charleston Breachway is the straw that broke the camel's back, and now I'm going to replace it. And I'm going to show you how. A couple important things before you get started on this. 1, make sure that your hot water heater is cool before you start this repair. You don't want hot water coming at you when you start releasing that valve or removing the drain plug to let the water out. 2, if you're going to be using a hammer or anything around any gas lines, make sure you turn the gas off on your RV and maybe run the hot water heater to burn out any phantom gas before you start hitting anything anywhere near one of the copper gas lines. 3, it's going to be tempting to use something like WD-40, which in all fairness I did to make sure that I could loosen up the valve before spinning it off. Remember that WD-40 and other lubricants like that are flammable, and you don't want any of that near where the ignition tube is, because you don't want your RV to catch fire. Let's get started. Now, to get this thing off, I want to try and find something that I can use to lever and turn this and loosen it. It's on there nice and snug. There's not a lot of room for leverage. I'm going to try some vice grips, I think, first. I don't know how rusty the tank itself is in this fitting, and I just don't want to break anything. So we'll be a little careful in how we approach this. Now, if this were to fail, I have a little more than a week until my next trip. So if I break the tank, then I think we're going tankless water heater. Hopefully we can get this fixed and on the road. All right, I'm gonna pop on in here. It is super hot here today. So I'm gonna try this with the vice grips. Hopefully not cause too much damage in here. There we go. Ooh. I don't know if what that was. Something moved. Actually, if I got a little hammer and hammered on that, that might work. I cut my finger on the last go with the vice grips. Anytime there's some like jagged, sharp sheet metal hanging around, it's a good idea to bring some gloves. So before I hit this with a hammer, I'm going to put a bandage on this, glove up, and go to town. Bandaged, gloved. It's go time with a hammer. This isn't feeling really helpful. Hammer doesn't seem to be making a whole ton of progress on this at the moment, so I think I'm going to remove this. It seems like there's 2 screws holding it into place. With that out of the way, it'll give me a little extra room to work. and lever on this. Nest. Oh. See. That's one thing that just came to mind. If I'm going to be hitting this with a hammer and this is a gas line, I am going to turn the gas off on the RV and bleed it out through the stove so that, God forbid, I hit this, break the line, there isn't a mass explosion and I save my face. Here's the hammer again. Come on. Man, this is stubborn. There it is. All right. I should take this off before I break it off. All right. I should be able to now just use my hand to loosen this. Water is going to start coming out. I didn't pull the plug on to drain the hot water heater, but here we go. Ooh. Hurrah! Yes. I could have let the relief valve out a little bit to relieve some pressure before fully unscrewing it, but that's okay. Here we are. This piece looks like I pulled it off of like a deep sea dive. I could have like removed this from a shipwreck, but it is deeply corroded and I think it was a good call looking to replace it. Meanwhile, back inside where it's not 90 degrees and humid, here is the piece I removed. That one's probably pretty obvious to tell. And here's the replacement part that I got. I ordered it off at Amazon. It's from Camco. Let's pull this out of the packaging and fit it. Let's see if I got the right thread size here. Sure hope I do, because I don't want to have to wait for another part. Okay. That's threading on. Great. All right, that's generally the direction it was pointing before. Be careful using vice grips on this, obviously. In the version I removed, I tightened it up really tight and ended up bending this in, which is fine since that one was being discarded. But when you're installing the new one, there's probably a better tool than this, but this is what I got, so I'm using it. I'm gonna have to check and make sure that this is tight enough to make a watertight seal, but I'm gonna leave it at that for now. So what you didn't see before is I removed the drain plug before, since I had the vice grips handy. As you can see, this thing is so mangled and chewed up. So I've got a couple on order from Amazon. So before I put everything back together, I'm gonna wanna use one of the new drain plugs to close that up, fill the hot water heater tank, and make sure that the seal is good on this before reinstalling that sheet metal shield over here. Now I'm just waiting on you, Mr. Amazon driver. Let's see if the plugs are in here. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. I don't know what they call this stuff. It's a little tape that you put on the threads, and it should help seal when I screw this in. So we're gonna put that on and try it out. All right, I am by no means an expert with this stuff since I've never used it before, but it seems like what I'm looking to do is stretch it over the seams like so. And maybe it's just 1.5 passes on this. Rip it. It looks like that. I'm not sure if you can see it. Yes, you can. All right, let's put it in. All right, I checked before. The thread size is correct. I've cleaned out the inside of the threads as best I can. I applied this tape onto the plug and I'm screwing it in. It's very tight, which is probably a good thing. I screwed the plug in about that deep before I, hook back up the sheet metal that's dangling there and reattach some of the leads for electric. I'm going to fill it up with water to make sure there are no leaks. I hooked up the hose. We're gonna do fresh water in normal position. I don't want to fill the tank. I just want to fill the hot water heater, which this will do. Turning on the water. Yes, this is exactly what I was hoping for. I can hear, and I imagine you can hear, the tank filling. It's exactly what I wanted to hear. And as it fills, I want to keep my eye on this seal for the plug and this seal on the release valve here. Checking the seals up here, everything's holding pretty well. This plug looks like it's leaking a little bit. I can't tell if it's coming out where the plug is or if there's a general issue. I mean, there's so much rust here that it might dribble a little bit, but I'll tighten that up a hair. All right, next I'm going to hook up the electrical leads that I took off, screw back the sheet metal cover, and give it a test with the gas. I only took one thing off. I knew where it went, so I'll put this back on there. And then this must be some sort of ground, which I will screw back on when I reattach this fine thing right there. Last screw.
And this is holding the ground in place.
I gotta remember to turn on the propane if I want to have any luck testing out the hot water heater, so that is now on. I'm gonna see if I can get this to fire. This is a common problem with my heater. It lights, stays lit for a second or two, and then goes out. But I hear flame, and I see flame, so let's see what happens. The hot water heater's been running for over 10 minutes now. I don't see any signs of leaking here where I replaced the valve. The drain cap, on the other hand, is a different story. I don't want to tighten it anymore at this point. I may take it off later, rewrap it with more Teflon tape before reinstalling it, but Given all the rust in the lower portion of this area, I feel like this is just how it's been, but I want to get that a little tighter. I don't want that to be leaking like it is. All right, so things are generally looking good in there. You can still hear the hot water heaters going. Close this up, and I'm going to test the hot water to make sure that it's actually hot. Doesn't love hot water when it's 91 degrees and 90% humidity. All right, outdoor shower, hot water. It's hot. Yeah, it's hot. Another job, well enough done, and I'm ready for my next adventure.